Hey Dad,
Yeah, what's going on?
I want to get into nitro like hybrid RC.
Oh, well, that's a little tough, but I got you. So all you got to do, get yourself some Taco Bell, get yourself some fuel line. Can't tell you till you're 21 on what that's for. And that's it. You're set. You can get into nitro.
Alright.
But you can't have these. You got to buy your own.
Why?
Why? Because those are mine. So get out there, do some work, buy your own.
Hey Dad, I need some help.
What do you need help with?
I want to bash the RC car like RC car garage.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's easy. Duct tape, zippy ties, $5. That should do it. All right, welcome back. So today, I've got my Mojave 8S on the bench. The reason I have this here, a couple of things, as you see, we have the RC Guy Garage windshield modification to this RC. It's one of my favorite RCs. Haven't had it out in a while, so I want to go rip it. But since I've been ripping the infraction, and we got the infraction all up to date, I want to show you what's going on with my Mojave. And this is, I had the same issue with this Mojave. Well, not even the same issue. I had overheating issues. This Mojave had the BLX system in it. It's the version 1, I want to say, Mojave, because they do have the version 2 that has the new Spectrum electronic smart ESCs in them, not offering the BLX system with it anymore. Let's pop this lid and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I need to update this a little bit, but as you can see, these are the V1 Game Changer fans. These were the first fans that he offered with this free heat sink that he used to offer back in the day. This has the 1250 kV Spectrum motor that I was telling you guys about. This is the takeoff system from my, I want to say Outcast. At least the motor is. This, I run the Mamba Monster X 8S ESC. Now, I originally had this ESC in there. When I first ripped this thing, what happened was, on the first time out, running this combination with this specific ESC here, like I said, this was a takeoff system, but I noticed that, as you see, the fan is missing. And as you can see right here, you see the pinched wires. So that wire was pinched. Not only was that wire pinched, but the fan wires got all chopped up. And when that happened, the ESC shorted out and stopped working. And I had sent this ESC, I had contacted Horizon Hobby, sent them photos of this. They said they were sending out another ESC because this one no longer worked. That never happened. I never ever received a replacement ESC for this. So I tossed this off to the side because I was waiting so long, and I put a Mamba Monster X 8S in here, and it's been flawless. Now, you can do the same conversion I did on my infraction using that Spectrum 8S ESC running this motor. I feel that this motor, and whether you use the Spectrum system or the Mamba Monster X 8S, which I love this ESC, I think it's one of Castle's greatest ESCs, it works really, really well in this RC. I had Bars and Tone rip this thing when he was out here in California, and we beat the heck out of this thing. Now, I wanted to show you, I was just getting some stuff set up, because the way I've always run this, is, as you see, I have the Game Changer V1 fans here, and I have a Game Changer low profile Mamba Monster X replacement Game Changer fan on this. And it keeps the dirt and debris out of it. And what I do, so I'm going to plug a 3S into it just to make sure that it's working properly. But I want to make sure all the fans are working, because we did notice that this fan here, we had to space these up when we ran these shields because it would hit the fan blades and damage it. So as you can see, all the fans are still working, and these are the V1 fans, and I love these fans because they can take some abuse. They've had a lot of junk go through it, and they just constantly work. So what I do is I have a balance port here. We're going to bring it up to date now. So we're going to go ahead and run an adapter so that I can put in a voltage regulator. As I've said before, I'm trying to bring these things up to a higher standard so that we can run this thing just non-stop. So this one, I'm going to run a balance lead instead of his connector here, and hardwire it so it's still unplugged from the voltage regulator, and I can wire it up to where the Game Changer regulator, if I want to run this on 6S or 8S, I can. As you see right now, if I try to run it on 8S, it doesn't plug into my balance lead. So I think I've been running this on 6S for a while. I think I was just, a lot of the times, just running it without the fans going. Because if I go to 8S, my balance lead isn't plugging into it. And that's where I was having a problem, and I can only run this on certain days that I want to run, 8S. I wasn't running the fans, and I'd have to keep shutting the RC down. Now that we're here in summer and I want to rip this thing this summer, we're going to go ahead and make some changes. We're going to bring this up to the 22nd century, to where Game Changer has got a fix for all your cooling needs. So if you do have this older system like I have, and that's the great thing about Game Changer, is that all his new products work with his old products. We're going to get this thing wired up, and I'll show you how I do it. It's a very simple deal, and we're gonna show you that right now. So stay tuned. All right, so I got the soldering iron heated up. We're going to have to run this this electrical back to over to here for the regulator. So I'm gonna just leave this zip tie here for now, and we're going to get the voltage regulator. I'm not going to run the switch, but we're going to go ahead and run Game Changer's voltage regulator. It'll come with the voltage regulator, some zip ties, definitely going to need those zip ties, and then a little wiring diagram. So ESC, Game Changer fan, he's got a switch in here, and then the dual fan setup. So you can run all three fans off this. I already have it wired, so all three fans are running off one balance lead. So the simplest way to do it is, we know that the red and black wire, we're going to go to the red and black wire here. We're going to solder these on close to the base as possible. But if you have to run it a little higher, it's not a big deal. Just make sure that it's after your splitter. You definitely don't want to wire it to a splitter like that. That's not the way you want to do this. You want to get it down here after your splitter. So anywhere in here that's possible. Closer to the base is better. I'm going to do this up a little higher, just because the wires don't split very much, and he's already got it shrink tubed in here. So I'm going to run it up just a little bit, and probably this way. and we're gonna just tap in right up here. I mean, I can do it this way and just kind of zip tie it. I really want, I guess I can put the regulator right in here and zip tie the regulator to this harness. So I'll probably do that, and then just wherever these land, we're gonna do that. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I wanna get the balance lead soldered onto this. So I'm gonna eliminate what he's got going on here. I could run as adapter, but I already have 2 points right here that could fail. I've put super glue in these so that they don't come unplugged from this Y adapter. So, and that's an old Y adapter he used to make. Now remember, Game Changer can do any connector that you need. All you have to do is message him. And just so you guys know, Game Changer does have a YouTube channel. So if you need to ask any questions about fans, hit him up on YouTube. Game Changer RC on YouTube. Or Game Changer RC, which is GCRC on eBay. You can also message him there. He's also on all the social media platforms, unlike me. I'm only on YouTube. So we're gonna get this stuff ripped off so that I can get to the wires and solder this. So we're gonna get his heat shrink, and then there's our red and black wire. So that I can get to the red and black wire. We're gonna go ahead and cut it. Get rid of that end. Now I'm gonna push this up out of the way. I'm gonna get this. And now we use the red and black off of this, off of balance lead. I just don't use the center ports. So we're gonna get this soldered up. Red to red, black to black. All right, I got some heat shrink here. Here we go. Go ahead and cut this in half. Twist these up. I'm going to get a bigger piece of heat shrink to go over this. Like that. Soldering's really easy. But he does have a solderless connection for the regulator if you want to go that route and don't like to solder. I just prefer soldering, and you can always take this to your local hobby shop and have them solder it as well. It's very simple. You can show them this video on how to connect it. So now I want to get these soldered up, but I want to put it on something metal. We'll be right back. Let me grab something to put underneath this. All right, so here is Basha Clean soldering board. Okay, let that cool for a second. Flip it over. Get this one soldered up. Doesn't take much for these thin wires. Now that we got that, slide your shrink tubing over your pour soldering job like I did. All right, got my Burns-O-Matic here. There we go. And then here's our other shrink tubing. It's going to go over all of this. Get yourself a Burns-O-Matic, Home Depot. Flip it over. We're going to hit the other side. Nice and tight. So now we were able to utilize his nice covering, shrink tubing. That's why I left the center wires a little long. And Basher Queen's soldering station. So now that that's done, I'm gonna turn down my soldering iron. I don't like to leave it on the max for very long. Now we're gonna get these stripped back. Like that, because red to red, black to black on our receiver. And I'm trying to get a closer shot of this. So what I'm going to do right now is, oh, this goes the other way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie the regulator into place. And I've showed these, you can mount them down. But since I have all the wires run right here, I'm going to go ahead and zip tie the regulator right onto there, nice and tight. Cut our zip tie. So this is going to end up plugging into here, and we'll zip tie this along here. And then this is going red to red, black to black. So I take an X-Acto knife. These wires are going to go over here. So right up in there is where I'm going to want to solder it. And then this one's going to be over here. So all I do is I'll cut a line, cut another line, just make a little square. And we'll get that out of there. Like that. Leave it exposed. We're going to get some solder and pre-tin. Oh, my soldering iron a little too hot. So I'm going to throw some solder on this wire. Like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut another one right up in here. Line down, cut it across, cut it across. Expose the wire. So now we got a solder spot in there. We're going to throw some more solder on these. Red and black. And then I'm going to grab this and solder it right on here. That solder soak into that wire. Let it dry for a second. Take this one. I'm going to solder it right onto this one. Make sure it's nice and strong. So make sure our connections are good, that they're not going to come off. I've showed this before. I use the tape and zip tie method. So what I do is we're going to go ahead and tape this. Tape it nice and good. And the thing is, if you don't have good electrical tape, and even with good electrical tape, sometimes they come unraveled, especially running in the dirt. So the supplied zip ties from Game Changer, go ahead and zip tie your tape and your wire like that, so that the wire can't get pulled out and the tape can't come unraveled. And that will just ensure that this will last a lifetime. So now that we got the red to red, black to black, all we have to do is plug in your wire. I'm going to go ahead now and take the zip ties that Game Changer gave us with this, and we are going to zip tie all this stuff down. And then now, if we take our two 4S packs and we plug them in, the fan should come on. So one battery, two batteries, and all the fans are now working. So this is two 4S. Let me grab some 3S packs. All right, so these are two 4S 5070Cs. Let's go ahead and unplug one 4S. Let's go ahead and throw a jumper in here. Now we're on one 4S pack. One 4S pack. All the fans are running perfectly. So that's running 4S. Here you go, running 3S. This is a single 3S pack with a jumper. Let's take the jumper out. What if you want to run two 3S packs? Here we go, two 3S packs. Look at that. Two 3S packs to our splitter. Well, let's take these 3S packs out. So we've run it on 3S, 4S, 6S, and 8S. God, that's on there. Holy crap. Dang. Now I know why that was in my repair pile. But 2 3S, we've done 2 4S, we've done 3S by itself, we've done 4S by itself. Well, what if you only have a 6S pack? But there's a single 6S pack and all the fans running. Sounds like something's in this front fan. I gotta pull these covers and check. But as you see, that's why I love these voltage regulators, because no matter what your battery choice is, you don't have to worry about your fan setup no more. That's what I keep trying to explain to people. And I know I keep pushing this, but it truly is a game changer when it comes to running fans. And even bringing, it's not like you have to do it with buying fans right off the bat. If you already have game changer fans, you can go ahead and add your regulator. And I like I said, I like putting in homemade jumper. But I like putting in, I'm gonna probably zip tie this over here too. I like updating my older RCs that have my version 1 fans on it. Think about how old the version 1 fans are from Game Changer, and yet they're still working. They've been working 3-4 years now. I want to say I've been with Game Changer almost 4 years now with his fans and all his innovative stuff. But there we go. All the wiring, nice and tidy. And he gives you everything you need to get everything cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and throw a zip tie around all these wires down here. I just don't like loose wiring because I crash a lot, and I definitely don't like wires getting into anything. But there we go. We are now updated when it comes to running a Game Changer regulator. Game Changer RC voltage regulator. I'll try to get a link in the description, and that way you'll have what the voltage regulator is, so that you can go ahead and put on just the voltage regulator onto the fan setup that you have now from Game Changer. So there you go. And remember, most of this soldering can be done by Game Changer. He just asks you what you're running, what leads you're running. You tell him all that. He can set everything up. If you're buying fans and the regulator together, he can set it all up to where all you got to do is either solder 2 wires and be done. And if you can't solder, just go down to your local hobby shop and pay them to solder on red to black, and you're good to go. You can set everything up in the RC. Just pay somebody else to do the soldering for you. I always recommend the soldering. He does have a plug-and-play voltage regulator, but I like to solder them. But there you go. Like, comment, subscribe. Next time you see this thing out, it's going to be out bashing. We're going to get this out. I want to go through the whole RC. It's been sitting a little while on the shelf, so I want to check all the gearing. I'll probably space this up a little bit. I'm going to double check this fan. I'm surprised these V1 fans are honestly still running. But I want to get the bearings lubed, all that stuff. I just want to go through this RC so when we get out we can bash it like the infraction, not have any issues. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't seen RC Guy Garage's windshield install, I did an install of this windshield. He also did a install of the windshield. This really helps when you're running 8S or you're ripping across the lawn. Wind hits it and it keeps the RC planet down. Windshields, definitely a good thing to run.